Hello everyone, this is Sneha from Indus Food, and today we have with us the Agrawal brothers from the Capital family, how it has crafted a niche for itself in the global F&B space. So today we welcome Mr. Vineet Agrawal, Mr. Gaurav Agrawal and Mr. Vivek Agrawal at Indus Food.
Thank you, Sneha. Thanks for making this happen. Thanks for this interview. And it's a great initiative by TPCI, arranging such kind of interviews, arranging all the meetings, arranging all the exhibitions. It's a great initiative at this time of global pandemic. So I really appreciate and thank you very much.
So I take this opportunity to announce that CVPL is also participating in a mega virtual buyer seller meet powered by Indus Food, which is a timely addition to the show and an initiative and new venture taken by TPCI, the Trade Promotion Council of India. So how do you see your participation in this show adding to your export business?
It's a great initiative by TPCI. At this time of global pandemic, when we cannot go and visit our buyers, we cannot explore the markets, even buyers cannot come to India, they cannot see our factories, they cannot come and discuss with us face to face. At this time of this kind of meetings will definitely help us, showcasing our new products, discussing any business opportunities with the buyers. So I think this is a great opportunity. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. And in fact, we also are looking forward to see a plethora of products that CVPL has to offer and showcases every year in Indus Food. We would like to see your products and seeing the business actually happening and you unleashing the business potentials at MBBSN. So we congratulate you and we wish you all the best for the show.
Thank you very much, and we also look forward to have these meetings at your earliest.
Wonderful. Yeah. In fact, CVPL has been it has been known for placing the Indian taste and the Indian food products in the global F&B space. We would actually want to know your success story, your brand story, how swift it has been.
See, this company started by my father, my uncle in 1970s. They started this company as a trading house where they were doing all trading of rice, pulses, sugar and different products. Mm-hmm. Later on in 1999, me and my brothers, we joined this company basically. Mm-hmm. And we have seen the export market, we have seen the potential into the export market, where we have seen there is a huge amount of Indian products in export market, and the product is not supplied to the international markets. And even the South Asian diaspora living there, they are not getting the Indian taste and the product which they used to eat in India. So we started selling all the different brands to international markets. Gradually we ventured into our own manufacturing, and later on we have launched our brand Parliament. In Parliament also we launched different verticals, started from rice into organics, then bakery, then dairy and different products. So this is all we have done in this.
So how aggressive have you been in placing your products in the global modern trade? How has been your approach for the mainstream trade?
We are very aggressive in approaching the mainstream markets, but we just do not cater to the mainstream people. We also cater to the ethnic desi stores as well. We follow very aggressive sales and marketing techniques, strategies and policies. And today, I'm happy to say we are almost available in most of the shelves across the globe.
Okay. Wonderful. You have been, selective and very particular about your distribution channels while, you are making selections for your distribution partners in channels in various countries. We would really like to know what has been the criteria wherein, you on basis which you select your distribution channels?
So I must say we do not select any of distributors. It's distributors who has selected us. But yes, it's like-minded people get in touch together. Once our DNA matches, so we go ahead with them.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, in your, but basically you might be having some kind of guidelines designed by CVPL exclusively, that how you actually, get to select the distribution channel.
Yes, see, as I said, we work with passionate and visionary people, the people who has passion, who has vision, and who is like-minded like us. We work with them. But yes, there are certain guidelines we do follow, like what kind of financial status the distributor has, what is the distribution network they have, how big is, what is their warehouse capacity, what is their existing turnover, what is their credit history. All these parameters we do check before appointing the distributor.
Okay. You have a pretty good, export basket. If we talk of your products doing well in the domestic market, yes, those are really doing well in the domestic market as well. But how do you actually select your products in the export basket? How do you actually plan your export product basket?
See, to select any product for the export product, we need to visit those countries. We visit those countries, we research the market, we see the consumer behavior, we see which product is in great demand, which product is not available in these markets. Accordingly, we come back, we do our research, we develop the product, then we target the market accordingly.
Okay, maybe what are those products which have been doing good in the international market, and what are those countries wherein they are doing
See,
good?
in our forte, our rice is the biggest product, which is doing good in all the international markets. Recently, we launched a bakery range as well, with rusk and cookies. They are also doing very good. Our organic produce is growing like skyrocket in all those markets. It is also growing a lot. And the markets we cover majorly is North America and Pacific, Singapore, Hong Kong, Gulf, and some parts of Europe as well. All these markets are growing good for us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Maybe, any challenges that you might have been facing throughout in placing your products in the global mainstream business, or maybe also in the global trade?
See, definitely the competition is the biggest, challenge. There are too many suppliers from India, too many manufacturers from India. But being said that, yes, there are other challenges as well. We have to make the right product. Our product should be hygiene. What is the hygiene level of the product? How hygiene your plant is?
If you talk of COVID situation, the pandemic has actually, we can see it has actually resulted a kind of positive impact, especially into the industries which are dealing with essentials. How do you think it has worked for you?
See, I do not say this is a positive impact. It's a pandemic, it's a global pandemic, and the entire world has suffered from this pandemic. But yes, initially we got a big orders, because the international buyers, they were thinking like might the supplies will not come from India, and there was also like a lot of panic buying in those countries as well. But now everything has lowered down, and now the situation is controlled, and we are getting the regular business. There is no excessive and there is no high demand anywhere now anymore.
Okay. Maybe in the current situations, or maybe if we talk of a little, early situations in COVID, what was the safety norms which you were taking, and how you proceeded and you resurrected in all those times?
No, we have followed the entire safety protocols.
Right.
The entire plant was getting sanitized. Even our employees, our labor, we are giving them like food, 3 times of food. We are giving them all ashwagandha, Giloy, and all these tablets twice a day. And we are doing all the thermal screening as well. We are making sure whoever is coming to the factory, even it is a trucker or a container or a transporter, we do the complete sanitization of everything. We do screening of them as well. So we have done a lot of security protocols which we are following even today as well.
Wonderful. And if we talk of your expansion plans down the line, how did CVPL plans to expand their export basket, their operation, their operation management, and maybe their infrastructure?
See, from trading house we have extended ourselves into a manufacturing house. We have our own manufacturing facilities across India, and also we have third-party manufacturing, third-party jobbers as well, who are making products for us as well. And we're gonna make sure, and entire world, whoever wants Indian food product, it's a one-stop shop for them.
Okay.
We're gonna make all the products in this factory, and for 100% exports as well.
Wonderful.
We have ventured into organics with Sanjeevani Organics. We have got a tremendous response from the overseas customers. The product is on the shelf across the globe. This year we are increasing our project areas, our production facilities. We have also launched new categories in organic produce. We have launched dairy products. We have launched organic paneer. We have launched organic butter, for which also we are getting tremendous response from the customers. We are also helping our international clients to promote the brand by listing them into mainstream markets, by helping them with different marketing strategies. We are coming up with a new plant, which will be a state-of-the-art plant with all the new technologies and different product categories. This plant is gonna focus on 100% exports, where we're gonna target all different verticals of export markets. Maybe it's the ethnic market or a mainstream market.
So how do you prep up for the show, and what are your expectations?
We lost our interest in Gulf food, so we're looking forward to only for Indus food only. And thanks for TPCI for organizing such kind of beautiful show. This is a huge platform for Indian manufacturers, even as for the buyers who want to buy Indian products as well. And it's a great show.
The Agrawal brothers telling us about capital ventures and a lot of the food and beverage industry. So for more such insights and news in the food and beverage industry, stay tuned to Indus Food. Take care.
Thank you very much.